So I kept a journal. So everywhere I went, I had this a series of journals, and just I would sit in a cafe or in the youth hostel living room or something, and just write, because I had this mantra. I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And so at one point, I kept them all, and I now have them in a closet in my house. I sent them to the person who I subsequently married, who I met in college, and she preserved them. So then when it came, along the way, when I've done certain things, those journals became important to review. And at one point, about year and a couple months into this whole thing, I made a list, all the things that I could do, and then another list, all the things I could never do. So on the list of things I could do, I'd majored in English in college. I studied Shakespeare. My brother-in-law was a Shakespeare professor at the University of Virginia. And top of the list of things I could do was get a PhD in English and teach Shakespeare. And then under that was be a journalist, and under that was maybe be a carpenter, or, and there were just like things that I had the abilities I thought to do. And then at the top of the list of things I could never do was teach in a business school, because I'm terrible at math. I mean, I'm almost like got a math disability. I got on my SATs, I got a 500. Which these days would sink an application to almost any reputable school. So I had already ruled out that which I had made my life's work, which teaches you and teaches me a lot of humility about what happens to people. It's not about a plan. It's about, I like to make the analogy, it's sort of like in hockey, ice hockey. I don't know if you guys are interested in ice hockey. It's sort of the same for soccer. How do you score in ice hockey? You shoot at the goal, and then you see what happens. And when you're shooting at the goal, good things happen. That's essentially the whole thing.
Yeah,
so, I just kept shooting.
Yeah, there's such a relevant metaphor in that too. And I've heard that actual metaphor used in another context, and it was being used to describe, I don't know if you're familiar with like the root of the word sin, but the like old translation, and I forget what the root word is, so I may have to look it up after this just so I can remember, but the translation means to miss the mark. So it implies a very aim-based, but yeah, it's just this very interesting interplay between the way we use words of like, and I would say to a certain degree, your path can very well be described as, I'm not going to pinpoint it into one religion, but a very religious path of you seeing a future version of yourself, this professor that you wanted to be, and you saw that out there in the future, and you took aim at that, and you continued to shoot at that target that what you had in your personal life. But of course, there's going to be misses along the way, but by continuing to shoot and continuing to engage with that future version of yourself that you were aspiring to be, eventually you were able to get there. But yeah, it's just the aim, the target, like human beings are just such natural aiming animals.
Yeah. We're evolutionary wise, but you know what the root of the word happiness is?
Oh no, what's that?
Luck.
Oh,
Hap is like an ancient Aryan word for luck.
Wow.
It's with somebody, I can't remember who, maybe it was Dale Carnegie, said something along the lines of success is getting what you want, happiness is wanting what you get. I knew I wanted to be a teacher finally, but I had to be mature enough and self-aware enough to know that echo that I'd sent out to the world, when it came back, that it was a true sound. And I think a lot of people don't have that maturity when they set their goals, and then they end up chasing stuff that isn't really worth worthwhile or worth their time.
Mm-hmm.
They want glamour, they want celebrity, they want wealth, they want power, they want to be someone that they admire or that is admired, like they're an influencer on Instagram or something. And they don't have the maturity to know that that's not what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that if they were better at looking inside and assessing, their talents and their passions and their emotions and their sort of value add to the world, that their aiming device would be better focused.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's trial and error. You send the beam out there and no echo. Well, that's interesting. So that's not going to work. And then you send the beam out there and you get a little echo. You said, well, that's better. Let's try a little of that. And then in my case, I sent the beam out there and this blast came back saying yes.
Yeah.
But I was beyond 35. I mean, it took a while.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you tuning into that, and we hope you found that helpful.
If you're interested in watching more professors give us a deep dive in some of their areas of expertise, please click on the video below.
And also subscribe right here. We hope you have a good day.
See you in the next one.
See ya.